Hi guys, Martin back, another CarCast, another week, another very cold day. Like really cold, iced up windows and everything this morning. But hey, no matter, the sun's shining, on my way into the shop again. And I said last week that I've got big news, but I wanted to wait. So the big news is, first and foremost, I'm going to Gibraltar. My application's been successful. I think that's the right word for it. So I get to go to no retreat in January to play 40k, which is fantastic. And I'm going. I'm going to crash. No, I'm not. That's all right. Milk floats. You never know whether to overtake them. But yeah, so I'm going to no retreat because I'm their new sponsor, and that's the big news. Just needed to. I knew it was happening last week. I just needed it all confirming up, obviously. But yeah, so not only am I going as the sponsor of the event, and I'm sponsoring all their events next year. So they're doing a Horus Heresy one in March, and then they'll have more 40k ones. They've got 3 more after this one in January. So that's not bad, is it? Sponsoring the event, so we'll be putting the prizes in for them, and then obviously they'll be putting our name out everywhere and on their website and on their battle reports and such. So that's the way. It's the way we need to look at things moving forward. That's my business plan as such. Is I look at, I can't just instantly. The website's going really well. We're adding new bits to it, new features to it, and it's a slow process, but the main bulk of it's there. Selling Blood Bowl like crazy. So it is. It's all moving forward well with that. But we can't just make the website click and it's there. We can't just become as big as some of the other companies out there. Your Element Games, your Whaling Games. Sorry, I'm full of cold. Oh, disgusting. But yeah, we can't just click our fingers and be getting the sort of traffic that Element, Whaling, Darksphere, whoever it might be, are getting. So we have to look at other ways of how to do that. We know that we've got the biggest space in the country, biggest retail space, and then we've also just got the tournament halls as well. And we know we're the biggest. I know we're the best. And that's not to knock the others. I'm saying it all with a smile on my face. But the way to get bigger and get bigger quicker is that wherever the other people are advertising, I take that space. Wherever the other people are sponsoring, I take that sponsorship. Might sound a bit ruthless, might sound a little bit cutthroat, but it's business. That's what it is. Obviously you guys that are watching me support me anyway, or at least I hope you do. So you're already on board with us, but it's all the other people that are out there that don't know about us, because we're a new name, and we want to be the first name people think of for the right reason when they think about purchasing wargaming products, whether it be Games Workshop, whether it be weird Malifaux miniatures, Batman, bolt action, doesn't matter what it is. I want people thinking of us first, Xwing, and that's where we want to go. So we need to put the sponsorships out there. I'm working on a couple of other ones, which I'm obviously not going to say anything about right now because I haven't secured them, but hopefully there'll be more to follow. Got sponsorships with a couple of YouTube channels already. Obviously we sponsor Ace Face, Morning John. John, did I actually just call you John? Yeah, more nice. Got Nick Beer over at Idic Beer. Sponsor him as well. Morning Nick. Looking forward to seeing them both in only a few weeks, January, when they turn up for the Last Chance Open, which is obviously all sold out. I've said that previous. There is still a reserve list. There's actually now only 2 people on the reserve list, so, and everybody else has paid. But if you want to put your name on the reserve list just in case anybody drops down, then by all means do so. But yeah, that's where we're going, and that's where we're moving forward, and that's good news. So we're now sponsors of SM Battle Report to No Retreat, and I get to go to Gibraltar. It's a very, very, very refined list building process in how you put it all together as well. You're restricted. You can only have a combined arms detachment or standard detachment from your codex. So Dark Eldar, for example, could have their real Space Raider detachments where they get the extra faster tanks. But you can't take any formation-based detachments, so you can't take like a Gladius Strike Force or a Decurion detachment. It's only 1750 points. You're only allowed one formation on top of your command arms detachments. So it really pulls back the boundaries on what you can play, which lends itself to some of the lower tier codexes. So you'll get Orc players, you'll get Dark Eldar. Well, Dark Eldar, Lawrence has won it from Tabletop Tactics the last 3 times. And not because it gives strength to his codex, just Lawrence is a very good player. And he plays it well, but he's had some good competitions. Just he's got rigged dice as well, obviously rolls those 6s all the time. But I don't know whether he'll be watching this review. So anyways, but yeah, it allows for a more fun event. It's not an uber competitive tournament. Now, tournaments that we run, we try to take some of the over competitiveness out of it, but we still want the competitive edge there. And No Retreat dresses it down even one step further. It's more about, because it's an application base and they only bring people in who they feel are going to be good to have in the event over the weekend. It's got to be a nicely painted army, but that's one of the first criteria you paint. It's got to be of a good standard, and then also you've got to be the right sort of person to play the games with. You've got to be playing it for the right reasons, for the fun aspect of it, as opposed to anything else. And that's what they do. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Going to that last chance open I've just said about. Xwing tournament this Saturday. £20 in, and there's £200 worth of prizes up for grabs minimum. If we hit 40 players, which we won't, got no delusions of grandeur. Star Wars reference for a Star Wars tournament. No delusions of grandeur that we're going to hit 40 players. But if we do, we'll double it to £400 worth of prizes. And that's regardless. If only 8 people turn up, there's still £200 worth of prizes. If 38 people turn up, there's £200 worth of prizes. But it's for casual flyers and veteran players. It's a proper Wargames tournament. It will be rewarding for the players who do play competitively, but those that don't will end up pitted against a similar amount of people. And it's just about come and have some fun. Just come and play and enjoy the game. It shouldn't be difficult, do you know what I mean? That's sniffing again, sorry. And come down and play. Unfortunately there's another Xwing event on at the same time in Just Play in Liverpool, and they do one every single month. We do one every 3 months. So I know that there's people who would normally attend theirs that are coming to ours because we only do it every 3 months, and it's sad that ended up happening. My calendar meant that we had to do it that day, and I didn't know when I set the date for it that theirs was there, but it ended up clashing with theirs. And I've attempted a couple of times to get in touch with the guys and say, listen, we need to look at our calendars together, because we're so close that although we're a completely different business model, with how we, obviously I've got a huge store that we operate from as well, and then we've got the space for a national tournament centre. But I got in touch with them trying to say, listen, we need to look at some way of scheduling events together, because I should be sending my local guys to their events and vice versa. We should be helping each other. I don't think there's there's definitely no bad feeling on my behalf, and I don't believe that there is any on their behalf as well. Richie and Ian seem like nice enough guys, but for whatever reason it's clashed this one. So if anyone's watching it, if any of the guys from Just Play are watching it, or the guys who play there, it's not being done with any malicious intent, guys, I promise. It just needed to be this Saturday. I was going to do it Saturday gone, but that was regional, so it made no sense whatsoever. And it's how it falls. But yeah, so get along to that. Let's make it a decent event. As I say, it's regardless of numbers. The prize sport, it's not like a Magic event where it's all based on attendance, the prize pool. We don't say, oh, it's X amount of pounds in per player, or that we'll increase it by so much pounds by so many players. It's just there. Simple. I think we've already got 10, 12 committed to it. But yeah, if you play Xwing and you can get over, then just come and do it. Bit of fun, 20 quid, day out, happy days. That covers that. What are we, 10 minutes in? We can make this a really short CarCast, couldn't we? Short for me. Store birthday, 10th of December, so that's only 3 weeks away. Again, we'll probably talk more about that next week, because it's just come and celebrate. Have a cake, have a drink, have a laugh for the day, innit? Just come and enjoy yourself, play some games. The others, that's what I did want to talk about. So, Blood Bowl's Blood Bowl, and everybody's all happy and excited about it. Woo woo, Blood Bowl. No, I'm only messing. It's great. Games Away Shop, as I said last week, they just kicked my arse a little bit with it. But the others is a board game by the Cool Mini and Not Guillotine Games, the same people who do Zombicide, and it's due out this week or next week. I forget, it's either this week or next week as a board game, and then slowly but surely they'll start releasing the expansions, the extra teams and the extra sins. And basically this game is you either play, one person plays as the sin, and then the other people play as the forces. The forces are trying to stop the sin corrupting the earth, and the sin's trying to corrupt the earth. And the mechanic on how you play through it, there are certain, so the forces are obviously working cooperatively together, and there are certain things that the forces might have to do where they're going to end up having to dabble with a bit of sin. So they might need a bit of pride, or they might need a bit of sloth, or whatever it might be. They're the two that come in the base game, two sins. And if they accumulate too much sin, they become corrupted, and then they die and they become the sin. So it's trying to find the balance, because the easy way to complete a mission is, oh yeah, just grab some sin. But then if you grab too much sin, or if the sin player plays a card that everybody ends up getting infected with a bit more sin. So the balance is brilliant. And then all the extra sins are available. So you've got Pride and Sloth come with the starter set and the Alpha team, and then you've got Beta, Delta, Gamma, Omega, and then other forces teams that are available. You've got Envy, Lust, Gluttony, Wrath, Greed, and you're trying to remember what all the sins were. And then there's counters and stuff. And I say, anyway, all this stuff's coming through. But I kickstarted this project. I kickstarted it as a retailer, so I've got a full set of all the expansions that go with it and the main game. The main game is retailing at $92.99, so it's the same as Zombicide. It's an expensive game, but there's a lot of minis, and the details, the one-piece minis, they look stunning. Very Cthulhu-esque, but they look stunning. And I say it's really nice quality game. Really looks really well to play. We haven't actually sat down and had a full game of it yet, but Dave's read the rule book, which means we all know how to play it now. And yeah, all these other boxes. So the team boxes are $32.99 each, and then the what do you call it? It's I can't remember what it's called. The sins, they're $23.99. The plastic tokens are $23.99. I've got a full second set of everything that I'm going to sell for £300. It's about 380 quid retail there, and it's not out yet. Bear in mind, so it's not all getting released straight away. It's going to be drip fed through, but I'm happy to sell it. Can't put it on the internet. Well, I can put it on the internet, but I haven't put it on the internet. I haven't put it on eBay or anything. If anybody wants it, then that's the base game, 2 extra teams, which I think it's Beta and Omega, that I've got the duplicate extras of, the 5 extra sins, a set of plastic counters, and a set of something else. Can't remember what the other thing is. Whatever the other thing is as well, all in there. And I say it's like 380 quid's worth of retail stuff. 300 quid the choice. So if anyone wants it, send me a message, let me know. And other than that, I managed to actually make that go another 5 minutes because I started talking about the 7 deadly sins. So I'm almost at McDonald's and talking about the sins. I've got my greed and my gluttony on. So I'm going to go and indulge myself in a McDonald's breakfast. Try and blow this cold out my nose, and I'm going to see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.